Good morning, everybody. Hey, this morning I'm gonna do a quick video about my equipment that I'm gonna hunt with this year. And I won't show, I got a couple of bows I'll probably hunt with, but the one that I'm shooting right now, the flavor of the day, and my arrow weight, broadhead choice, everything about what I'm getting ready to go hunting. We got just a couple of weeks and I can pig hunt on the management areas, and then during this pig hunting time I'll be scouting for deer, and I already got plenty of places picked out. I'll just go check and make sure everything's good. It's starting to sprinkle right here, and believe it or not, it's not as humid as it should be here in South Georgia with the rain coming. Feels really good, and you can hear my girl right here hassling. She's mad with me. When I came out, there was a fawn right here, and I wouldn't let her catch him. And so she's got to stay right by old dad, or she'll be sniffed her way off and found him down there and killed him. When she was just a couple years ago, she caught one out here in the yard before I could get to her, and she almost killed him. She was about half her size now, and she had him by the back of the neck instead of the front. And we got her loose, and the fawn ran off. If she'd have caught him by the throat, he'd have been dead. But now, since she's put on twice as much weight, he wouldn't have a prayer. So anyway, we out here, I wanted to talk about my equipment that I'm gonna use this year, and start with just this one bow, and maybe later on if I switch it up to something else, we'll talk about that. But my bow I'm shooting, I did a little video on this bow, is my Creek Walker Trading Company bow. It's a little bit better light, and you can see that alligator grip there. That's good. It feels good, good full grip. But anyway, I got a video about this bow if you want to see a little bit more and see me shooting it. But it's what I'll be shooting. It's 47 pounds at my draw length, 67 inches knot in the nock, and fast flight string. It shoots good. A lot of people don't like to put these on here. They don't do so much quietening for me. It's not about quietening, but when you shoot one of these bows without anything on the string, it has a little hum to it like that, and I don't like that. It don't hurt a thing. I don't like it. So I put these on there, and it kills that little aftershock thing going on there. So anyway, we got raindrops on the screen. This is the bow right here. I like these bows because they're so versatile. You've seen my videos on Howard Hill bows, Howard Hill style bows. That's why I hunt with this. I enjoy the nostalgia of it. But they made for hunting, and they shoot a really heavy arrow, really good. Really heavy arrow, really good. I'm not worried about range. 15 yards as far as I'm going to shoot at anything. And I mean, that's, it may be a step or two past that, but that's 15 yards is about my limit. But I predict, and as the past is gone, probably the last 100 animals I've killed, my average shot has been 12 yards. I've actually been keeping up with it. But, I predict most of my shots will be under 15, probably closer to 10. So that's the bow right there, the style bow I'm gonna hunt with. And the arrow, I didn't know, that arrow shoots, that bow is a pound or two heavier than my other ones, or maybe not, just a little bit, but it shoots hard, and it takes a little bit stiffer arrow than my other bows, my other hill style bows. So I didn't have any wood arrows. I'd been shooting wood out of my Northern Mist, so I had to build a carbon to shoot, and I actually had some old ones, and don't laugh at them feathers. I had ran out of feathers and used strays out of each little pack, and that's what I ended up with. But that's kind of unique. There's nobody else on the planet got anything that color, I bet. But anyway, it's a 500 grain, 500 spine traditional gold tip, and it's I got a 100 grain brass insert, 100 grain steel adapter, and 125 grain head, 325 grains in the nose. And if you do the math on this arrow, it puts it around 600. I didn't weigh it, but adding up, what everything's supposed to weigh, it's around 600 grains, and maybe 610. But I did cut a little bit off of the arrow to spine it, make it a little shorter and stiffer. So, and you'll sharpen 5 grains off a broadhead, I'm sure, but just say 600 grain arrow. But I choose to shoot these heavy arrows for penetration. There's a big discussion on heavy versus light and all this, but I've never shot light arrows, never. I always shot something pretty heavy. 500 grain is the lightest arrow I think I've ever shot. I did kill it when carbons first come out. I killed a deer in Alabama hunting with my cousin with a carbon. I think it was a Beeman, I'm not sure. But anyway, later on I found out it weighed 395 grains. I was shooting a 55, probably a 51 pound longbow, and with a Simmons I shot through the deer. But anyway, the bow was loud, and And all right now, she's standing up sniffing right there. But it was, I like heavy. Quietens the bow off. It deadens any kind of hand shock you may feel, and it penetrates. I have confidence in it. That's the word. The other stuff may penetrate as good, but I know these work, and I got confidence in them, and it's all about confidence. And one thing I'll show you, this Woodsman Broadhead right here is practically silver. It was black. I shoot from here going forward. There'll be no more 3D targets. This will be straight broadhead shooting, and I'll be shooting in dirt banks and other than shooting a judo practicing. And when a fella's broadhead is that color, that means he's probably about ready to go hunting because he's got it tuned up. But that's the equipment I use, and that's why I'm choosing to use it. This 3-blade head is easy to sharpen in the field with just a file. And I'll do a video on that later. I can sharpen this with a file and one little piece of leather, and it'll shave you. But I've taken so many animals with these Woodsmans. I really like them. They give you more than a slit. You know, a narrow 2-blade broadhead will out-penetrate anything. I don't care what anybody says. Read the the Ashby reports and all that. But it's just logical. A narrow, say a 1-inch wide by 3-inch long broadhead that's pretty heavy, it's gonna out-penetrate anything because there's no resistance much. Well, and then you can shoot like a wide 2-blade broadhead and cut a bigger slit. But this thing cuts a hole, and it's narrow. It's probably a 1-inch wide, or maybe a shade less time you sharpen it a little bit, and it's got some length to it, so it penetrates good. And I've killed a lot of animals with these broadheads, and this is what's going to be on my arrows right here. And so that's my setup, what I'm going to use this year and what I'm choosing to use it. And the biggest advice I can give anybody is this is July the 28th, maybe 29th, something like that. And pig hunting starts August the 15th, which basically says we got 2 weeks to get ready. Well, I'm already ready. If you're practicing, if you're out there a week, and I've seen it many times, especially with guys shooting compounds. If you're out there practicing a week before the season trying to tune up, then that's a disadvantage for you. All your focus needs to be on finding animals at that time. Your equipment's already ready to go because you've had it ready to go all year. So, or at least you've had it ready to go in plenty of time. And the thing about these bows, when I get this set up, and it is set up, it's ready to go. Bows tuned, everything's ready to go. I can pick this bow up 10 years from now, and it's still going to shoot the same. So there you go. Don't drag around until the last minute. Get your equipment right during the summer. Once you settle on something, like I'm settled on this, it won't change. I may change bows as I go, but this is matched to this, and this will be shot together. If I pick up my Northern Miss, I'll be shooting those wood arrows, those Douglas fir arrows, Winslow Woodsman broadheads, and that's what I'll be shooting. And everything has its own arrows in its own quiver, and they're ready to go. And I truly look forward to hunting with this bow because we have bonded so nicely. When I was shooting at 3 under, when my finger was giving me trouble, and I'll talk about that in a minute, I shot it good. The last couple of videos I made, I was shooting 3 under, and I shoot swing draw hill style 3 under, but I don't like the way it feels in my hand. And I shoot decent with it, but I love to shoot split finger. And the reason that I change so much is because I have a knot on that finger, and it starts paining me every now and then. But if I shoot a glove and stay with a glove, and I can put a Band-Aid under the glove right there, it don't bother me. And I like shooting split finger so much more above 3 under that I'm going to a glove full time. I won't shoot a tab anymore, more than likely. Unless this don't work and I have to shoot 300, then I'll shoot a tab. But anyway, this is my Dura glove. This is the first one of them I had, and that makes it pretty doggone old because I got 2 more. And I rotate them and shoot them, and it's got a hole bore in the finger there. I rotate them and shoot them. And one for down here in the south where your stuff will get sweaty and stink, I rub mink oil in these, and you may see I cut that piece off. That piece that goes from here to here serves no purpose. All it does is gather sweat. So I cut that off there, and then I'll rub mink oil into this stuff here, like you put on your boot leather. Yep, there's my dog back there. I have to keep an eye on her. And that helps it repel moisture, and it keeps it from drawing that stinking sweat that'll smell like a dead animal in a week or two. And also I'll have a thing with a plastic bag and have a lot of baking soda in it. And when it is hot and sweaty, I'll lay the glove out, let it dry, then I'll throw it in that baking soda and store it in there, keep it from smelling. Y'all people that don't live in the South, y'all think, what is he talking about? You come down here and hunt one summer and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, I like the glove, and I'm used to that. And that's my arrows, good solid heavy arrow. I don't know how many grains per pound that is. I ain't got a calculator and I can't figure that out in my head real quick. 47 pounds, 600 grain arrow, and it'll work. It'll get the job done. So anyway, we're getting ready to go hunting. Thank y'all for watching my videos. I know it's a lot of hill style talk in these later videos, but that's where my passion is at in longbows. It's shooting that hill style bow. I really like shooting these bows. My heroes shot these bows. Howard Hill, Bob Swinehart. I recently got that book Sagittarius by Bob Swinehart, and it was worth every penny. Just looking at the pictures, you should charge admission to look at the pictures. But it's a good, these bows, they grow on you. And if you really want to, I mean, they're just a pleasure to shoot. Pick you one up and start slinging some arrows with it, and I guarantee you'll know what I'm talking about. Thank y'all for watching my videos, and Miss Daisy thanks y'all. She's a little sad right now because she was about to get that butt tore up for not mining. But anyway, we're getting about ready to go hunting. Kind of put several videos out here in a row because the next week or so I got plenty of work to do and I may not get one out. If you got something you want to talk about, we're getting into hunting season. If you got something that you got any kind of questions or something, let me know. We actually practicing out of the stand. I don't know if y'all can see it. Somewhere hanging on a tree over here behind me. On that tree right there, there's a stand on it. I've been practicing shooting out of it, and I'm not really worried about accuracy. I'm just worried about getting my body position, getting getting used to that. I know every year, the first time I climb, I always feel a little queasy because I'm not used to being up in the air, right? And plus, I bet some of you guys are the same way. The first time you hunt, the first time in a tree, you forget something. So I go to the woods. I practice for that now. I go to the woods and to make sure that I got everything in my pack I need. And I practice getting up in the stand. I practice arranging my camera, my equipment. So when it's time to go hunting, it's not, I'm already, everything's in a flow right there. I know I got it all planned out what I'm doing. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all keep the good Lord first. And thank you, Lord, for these hot July days, because that only means that them cooler September and October ones are coming. Thank y'all for watching. See you next time.